Proceed with caution. You are now in the deep end.
What it do? It's your boy Devin at the deep end, and I'm tapping in until you tap out. Let's get straight into it. Today we're talking about China Mac, born Raymond Yu, February 5th, 1982 in Brooklyn, New York. China Mac is a rapper, entertainer, podcaster, and former gang member. Today we're gonna go over a little bit of China Mac's street history. Mac's gang life started basically from his dad. Mac's dad went by the name of Fox and was a high-ranking member of the Chinese gang Flying Dragons. This is where China Mac developed the admiration for the gang, as he seen that his father was feared and respected by the community. China Mac's father would eventually be arrested and turned federal informant by cooperating against the leader of the Flying Dragons named Onion Head. Soon after that, Mac would begin to act out and was eventually placed inside a group home. And this is where it all started. Mac realized that in order to survive in a chaotic environment, you must be chaos yourself. In the midst of this, Max became fond of the hip hop and the hip hop culture. And within the hip hop culture, behind the rapping, dancing, and glamour, there's gangs. So at the age of 12, Mac decided to join a gang called Ghost Shadows, the direct rival of the Flying Dragons, the gang his father was a part of and eventually informed on. After that, he found himself in a cycle that most young people in that life find themselves in and out of: jail and juvie. For various different crimes Mac committed as a young adult, China Mac began to make a name for herself and establish herself in the street life and the world of gangs. But in 2023, China Mac made a decision that would change his life forever. One night, China Mac went into the club that was very popular in New York's Chinatown with a couple of fellow gang members. While in the club, one of Mac's associates spotted a Chinese rapper by the name of MC Jin. Jin was an upcoming rapper with a lot of potential, but Jin had recently disrespected the Flying Dragons and called a few of its members some bad names. So Mac and his guys approached Jin and cornered him in the back of the club. At that moment, Mac proceeded to punch Jin, and a fight broke out between Mac's guys and Jin guys. During the fight, someone yelled out that one of Jin guys had a knife. China Mac then proceeded to pull out a loaded weapon and pointed it at the back of Jin's head, pulled the trigger, but the gun jammed. Mac then cocked the weapon again and went to aim it at Jin's head, and as Jin was trying to get away from Mac, someone hit Mac's arms, and when the weapon fired, it hit someone in Jin's crew in the back. After that, they left and the police were informed of the whole situation. And Mac then went on a run for about a year, going from place to place, keeping a low profile. Mac eventually tried to leave the country one day, and he was spotted at the border of Canada. Once arrested, he was taken to Rikers Island, where he was charged with murder and was facing a life sentence. Inside jail and prison, Mac describes cutting and stabbing people frequently, having to be that chaos again. Eventually, China Mac was convicted and received an 11-year prison sentence. During his prison time, his mother died. That's when he decided to change his life. And when he turned his life around, he noticed that everything was so much better. When he was released in 2013, he launched a record label named Red Money Records. He opened a pet store, then eventually found his lane on social media doing food vlogs under the channel Mac Eats on YouTube. And nowadays, you can catch him on YouTube doing podcasts on the channel Mac TV. Quite a story, don't you say? The story of China Mac.
Proceed with caution. You are now in the deep end.